Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu, the presidential candidate on the National Unity Platform party ticket, will probably forever remember the night of Monday 17th November 2025, and so will his loyal campaign team, largely made up of his personal security detail, better known as the NUP foot soldiers. Kyagulanyi was expected to campaign in Pakwach and Madi-Okollo districts on Monday, his first day in West Nile sub-region, but due to time restrictions, he was unable to campaign in Madi-Okollo district. However, his campaign in Pakwach district was successful. He initially attempted to drive to Madi-Okollo past 5 p.m. so he could speak to the voters, but he didn't make it due to poor roads. Night caught up with him and he had no option other than to abandon the plan. So Kyagulanyi and his team needed to rest after a long but quite interesting day in the field. But finding decent accommodation in the remote district of Madi-Okollo turned out to be a difficult and time-consuming task. After hours of wandering in the dark villages of Madi-Okollo, Kyagulanyi and his team finally found a guest room. This one.
No, it's not one of these. Wow.
They were lucky, otherwise they would be forced to drive nearly 60 kilometers to spend a night in Arua city, a journey that would ideally take nearly 2 hours given the bad state of roads. The guest room was not enough for all of them given the huge numbers in the campaign team.
We are back in the days of Kamocha now.
Mr. President, we are switching the mattress. Adjustment.
Yes, please. Oh, you're switching the mattress? You're putting a new one. Apart from the fact that I'm a presidential candidate, but I'm like any other traveler. Because I'm sure business people come to Madi-Okollo, you know, however rich you are, when you reach and this is the facility that's there, you're going to use it. Now this is the best that we have. I sent a team to look for the best. This is the best that is there.
Now that accommodation had been secured and check-in done, the team needed to figure out what to eat before retiring to bed. There's always one person who turns out to be a savior in any group during critical situations. And one of Kyagulanyi's close friends and his music producer, Daniel Oyerwot, popularly known as Sir Dan Magic, turned out to be the team's savior. He put his fame aside and stepped into the kitchen and prepared posho and tiny fish called nang nang, which is a local delicacy in West Nile. Those who were lucky feasted on this meal.
It was already late and most of the restaurants had closed, so that was the only option we had, buying food around and preparing for ourselves. And yes, we had a delicious meal and a great night.
As for sleeping, everyone had to find a place to put their heads for a few hours before embarking on another campaign trail on Tuesday. At daybreak, Kyagulanyi was up and ready to continue his campaigns in Nebi and Zombo districts. Kyagulanyi checked out of his guest room and upon his exit, he came face to face with supporters who had been waiting for him all along. They couldn't hide their excitement upon seeing a man who could be the next president of Uganda if odds go his way in the 2026 presidential election. And when he left Madi-Okollo for Nebi on Tuesday morning, some of the supporters cheered him up and he waved back at them with that heartwarming smile that he always wears whenever he encounters his supporters. Finally, after a dreadful but quite adventurous Monday night, Kyagulanyi and his team proceeded to Zombo and Nebi districts for his campaigns. Daniel, Kibet, NTV.